Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good late at night. Today is 3-3 pre-lesson, and the instructions are how to find the equation of a line. Now remember, we got lines that are like this. We got slope and y-intercept. We got lines that are like this. Those are going to be y equals. And you got lines that are like this. Those are going to be x equals. Now, 99% of your problems are going to be like example 1, 2, and 3. These are the exceptions, just to kind of see if you've got complete mastery of the subject. But let's concentrate here. So when it says find an equation of a line, they want you to either find the point-slope form, and this is just the general idea, so you need to find the slope and the y-intercept, and you're done. For example, this one's done because I know my slope and I know my y-intercept. This would be done. Now, once in a while, they ask us, find the equation in standard form. So my goal for you all is to find it in point-slope form, because I think 99.9% of the time in all the rest of your math classes, that's going to be the go-to. But the instructions in Algebra 2 occasionally say, then find your answer in standard form. So my personal attack approach is find it in point-slope form, and then if they tell me to put it in standard form, then move this stuff around so that it fits here. I'm not going to do it on this one. We'll do it on a couple of these so you kind of get the idea. Well, the easiest possible way that Algebra 2 or Algebra or Math can deliver you a problem is to say, hey, find the equation of a line, and in the back of your mind, you know that means find the slope and find the y-intercept. Now, the order in which you find these things doesn't matter. You don't have to find the slope first necessarily, and then find the y-intercept second. If the y-intercept is just there for you to take it, and then find the slope, or vice versa. So let's just tackle a couple. You can see in this example 1, easy. Look at the two things they want you to find, they just give them to you. So you just simply need to put them where they belong. So y equals mx plus b. See? You're done. You're done. Now what if Algebra 2 just wants to make your life a little miserable, and they say, hey, put it in standard form. See, standard form is ax plus by equals c. C is your constant. So your constant needs to be on the right-hand side, and then your ax and by need to be on your left. So I would have to move this over, and then I'd have to go negative x plus y equals 3. Now there's a little detail you need to be aware of. This is fine, except a needs to be a positive integer. So see that -1 right there? That represents my a, because that's what's connected to my x. So I'd have to multiply that by -1, and that would shoot out x minus y equals -3. And then you have simply followed instructions. So this is the point-slope form answer. This is your standard form answer. You just need to be able to kind of move from one to the other. Just a little bit of algebra, moving stuff around. Let's go on to the next one. This is the next toughest way they can present you the information. If they tell you slope is 2, look at it, that's a gift. So you'd say, oh, I'm going to take that. And see, it goes through a point here. We'll deal with that in a minute, but let's take this gift, okay? So we're going to go y equals mx, and we don't know our y-intercept yet. What we do know is that this line goes through this point. Now, if you needed a visual image of this, it'd be 1, 2, there. And see, the slope is 2. So I'd go up 2, right 1, and I'd get a little visual image. My y-intercept is down here. Now, a lot of students will just kind of look at that and just guess, like, I think that's like -4. But the problem with that strategy is, what if it's -4.1 or -4.2 or not even close to -4 and your drawing's bad? There's got to be some little trick that we need to have up our sleeve to get the exact precise y-intercept. And here's the trick. There's my x, there's my y, I'm going to put that x right here. I'm going to put that y right here. And the only variable left in that equation will be the letter b, and that's what I need to find. So -1 equals 2 times x plus b. Now 2 times 2 is 4, so I have to subtract 4, and I get -5 equals b. Now remember our little drawing over here? We got a pretty close prediction, but it wasn't perfect. So I'm going to take this -5, put it right here, and there I have it. Now again, that's in point-slope form. If they ask me to put it in standard form, I got to be ready to move stuff around. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I get -2x plus y equals -5. Again, I can't have a negative here, so I'm just going to multiply everything by -1. 2x minus y equals +5. There's the standard form answer. There's the point slope answer right here. All right, let's go over here. And again, we're going in steps of increasing difficulty. See now, this one, they gave us the 2 things we need. This one, they gave us one of the things we need, but they didn't give us the line intercept. We had to find that. Notice, this says, hey, find the equation of a line that goes through these 2 points. Well, if we just took a second and graphed those points, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -2. And again, is my drawing perfect? No. But it does give me a good gauge of what it is the problem's asking me to find. So I still need to find my slope, and I got to find my y-intercept. Again, do not look at this drawing and guess at the y-intercept. You're going to use a different strategy to find it precisely. In this situation, the best thing to find first would be slope, because we have a formula. x1, y1, x2, y2. And the formula is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So I'll write that on the board. And we're just going to plug things in where they belong. So -2, that's my y sub 2, minus y sub 1. And x sub 2 is 6 minus, now watch this, we got to subtract the negative, so be careful of that. So this would be -6 all over 6 plus 2, which is 8. Now 2 goes into that 3 times, -3, but 2 goes into that 4 times. So there's my slope. I'm running out of space here, so I'm just going to do the math down here and then erase it. So I know my slope is -3/4. So I'm going to take it. Y equals -3/4 x plus b. Now, remember over here, we had slope given to us, and we had 1 point. See, now we have slope and 2 points. All you need to do is take whichever one you want. You can plug this one into here, or you can plug this one into here. So if you look at them for a second, I mean, to take the easiest route, see, -3/4 times x, would it be easier to multiply -3/4 times 6, or would it be easier to take -3/4 multiplied by -2? I don't know, about the same. So I'll just take this first one. But my y goes here. So 4 equals -3/4 times x plus b. Now notice, these 2 negatives will cancel. I'm going to cross reduce. So that's a 1, that's a 2. I'm going to rewrite it. 4 equals 3/2 plus b. Now you're going to have to deal with fractions once in a while. -3/2, -3/2. What I'm going to do is find common denominators, or I'm going to use some common sense. If that's 3/2, isn't that the same thing as 1.5? So what's 4 minus 1.5? That's 2.5. So I'm going to get 2.5, this cancels, equals b. Now I got my y-intercept, and I got my slope. So I'm going to go y equals -3/4 x plus 2.5. And that looks pretty darn accurate. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Now, yes, we could rearrange this to get it in standard form. So we would add 3/4 x. You would add 3/4 x. Now this one's a little different. So we get 3/4 x plus y equals 2.5. Now 2.5, if I came back over here and I said, hey, common denominators, that'd be 8/2. 8/2 minus 3/2 is 5/2. And I bet you that's what algebra is going to do. They're going to give you the improper fraction form of it. Remember, this has to be a positive integer. So I'm not going to multiply this by 4/3 just to make this a 1. I'm just going to multiply this whole thing by 4. You see, because I don't care necessarily about making this a 1. I just need to have the coefficient of x be a positive whole integer. So these are going to cancel. And so I get 3x, but I got to multiply over here, plus 4y equals, now 4 times 5/2, 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 times 5 is 10. There's my answer in standard form. That one's a little bit trickier, just getting home from your slope-intercept form to the standard form. But we should be able to do that. All right. And now here's the special cases. And I want you to notice. Letter A says, hey, find the equational line that goes through these 2 points. Something should jump out at you. Look at it. My y values are the same. Now, the shortcut method is, if they give you that, you just jump on it, you take it. You know the answer is y equals 2. That's not in point slope form, and that's not in standard form, because it doesn't need to be. If I looked at a visual image of what's going on with those 2 points quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and then it should dawn on me. It's like, oh yeah, those are the ones where if it crosses the y-axis at 2, the name is y is 2. Now look at this one. What matches? -3. Now you gotta be looking for these things though. You see, they're just gonna come at you when you least expect it. Be on the hunt. So that's my x, that's my x. So I can just shortcut this one and say x is -3. If you don't understand that from just that perspective, let's plot it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then -3 would be 6, would be up here. And you can see that'd be a vertical line which crosses the x-axis at -3. X is equal to -3. Now I'll throw this in for free. This has nothing to do with the lesson really, but what's the slope of that? No slope. What's the slope of this? 0 slope. Those are going to be test questions, so I'm just trying to keep that fresh on your mind.